It's NaeDaPlayer Official.
It's Tbe Bink, and we just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastards.
Your next move, make it the best move. I slide through, it's a power move.
Alright, we got NaeDaPlayer and Tbe Bink jumping off the porch with us today.
For sure.
How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good.
For sure. It's a pleasure to have y'all on the porch with us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
How it feel to be here all the way from Milwaukee?
It feels like a milestone. Like it feel like it took a lot to get to this point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we ready and we focused.
That's real. What would y'all say was the first thing y'all noticed about going to these other cities, being that y'all from Milwaukee?
The weather.
The weather.
The
It's
weather
way
for sure.
Cause I know it's cold in Milwaukee right now.
And too, like the
different.
roads and stuff is
Yeah.
different, but pretty much the same. Everybody trying to make it out.
That's real.
Yeah.
How important is it to expand your horizon and see new things?
I feel like
It's important because you don't keep yourself boxed in.
Yeah. You need to.
Like you need to explore so you can network, because everything ain't gonna come to you. Sometimes you gotta go to it.
And you gotta open up like a bigger fan base. Like promote yourself in this city, that city, not just yours.
That's real.
Yeah.
So when we go to Milwaukee, what we getting to eat?
I'm gonna be honest, we don't have a lot of like southernness. Like there is people like trying to, you know, create that for us, but like it's not really catered to like the urban community. I would say that, like.
If you ask me, I'd say Benihana's. Like that's the first thing somebody would say. Benihana's for sure.
That's real.
But you can go anywhere.
Yeah, you can go,
to
but it ain't
Benihana's.
really no
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
So ain't no real go-to spots in Milwaukee.
No.
So how would y'all describe the way of life out there and the people?
It's
It can kind of get a little irritating because you want different, you want better, and it's like what you used to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to make a change at some point if you want to live comfortable. Like I want to wake up and feel like I'm on vacation. Like that's where I want to live. That's how I know wherever I relocate, I want to wake up and feel like I'm vacating.
it's different because like I'm a teenager, so like it's like crazy, like it's reckless. Like people my age, you'll see them dying back to back, and sometimes you gotta be scared and worried and watch your surroundings. Don't really wanna go out like that because you never know what can happen. Okay.
That's real.
Especially when you special, like when you know you a chosen one.
Yeah.
You know you can't be anywhere, any place. Like you know you gotta move different.
At what point would y'all say y'all decided to jump off the porch?
I was supposed to actually came to jump off the porch with you, because I've been off the porch literally, but I just feel like I had to go through a lot of things for me to get so serious about my career. Like I feel like a lot of people know how to do stuff and they don't really tap into it until like something serious happen. And I'm like one of them ones, like I have to get hit like a couple times and be like, okay, it's time.
Yeah. Like me, I just always I got a work ethic to like do stuff, and no matter what it takes, I'm gonna do it to get what I want. Other people don't do that. Like they'll think you drop your first video or your first album and it's just gonna be like this. No, you gotta
build it up.
Yeah.
It's like a business, like yourself is a business. So it's like, it ain't just gonna come overnight. Like you gotta put that work in. And that's why I believe in him. Like he's like a nephew to me, but I wish I had the consistency that he got at 13. Like if I would have had that, I probably would have been way ahead of where I am now.
That's real. So how did y'all two initially meet?
Well, I grew up where he growing up now, but like his mom and his dad, they like my brother and my sister, and his dad was killed, and his dad was like, jumping into the music business, and he was really serious about it. So I took the initiative to be that person to always be there for him, like no matter what, and help him push his dreams.
I think like where we from is just like a family. It's not just a place that you go.
Family.
Like Hillside, y'all know.
Yeah.
It's like it's not regular. Like it's everybody.
Hillside is a big community, and we stick together. Like no matter what, like ups and downs, like we always there for each other.
That's real. So, Bink, how does it make you feel to know that you got an auntie figure and player? Well, let's call her Nae. I like to call you Nae. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Let's call her Nae. You know what I'm saying? How does it make you feel to know that Nae just stepped into that role and just, always be the one that's gonna look out for you and gonna push you to chase your dream?
Thankful. She brought me here, she did a lot for me. Like my third video, she played a part in that. I go to the studio, she played part in that. Anything, when I need something she always got it. I feel like I'm thankful for her to be there because, some of the people who was there, they ain't here no more. So she stepped up and, yeah.
That's real. So, Nae, let's talk about how your upbringing was.
My upbringing was it was lit, I should say. Like, it wasn't all bad. Like, coming up, like, being a youngster, we had, like, so many resources. Like, I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club. Like, we played all the sports and stuff. Like, we just, everyday teens, just living life. But I feel like I was always that one, like, out of my groups that, like, wanted more. And I kind of always, like, had to, like, suppress, like, who I really was. Like, I ain't want to be like this big, like, person, and then, like, people around me don't think big like that, because everybody don't. Some people complacent, like, with just working a job or hustling, making ends meet. But, like, really trying to go far, I always knew it would be my voice. I always knew that was something that, like, I had in the bag.
That's real. So let's talk about some of the hardest points in your life you feel, starting with 2015 when you first got shot.
In 2015, when I got shot, it was like one of my hardest tests, like, for sure, because I didn't know how I was gonna bounce back from that. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna be walking the same. I just ain't know how people was gonna look at me. Like, it was just different. And I lost somebody, like, in that space. When he didn't come back, I kind of felt guilty. Like, it was something that I could have did or I could have said. But, like, things happen so fast, bullets fly so fast, you don't be really having time to think or do anything. Like, yeah. So it was just a hard test for me to bounce back from. But I did, and I'm still standing 10 toes.
That's real. What about losing your mother in 2019?
Losing my mom was a breaking point, and it was probably, like, the worst day of my life, to be honest. Like, she was my biggest supporter, and she was kind of like everybody I needed her to be, like auntie, uncles, everything. Like, even she used to do my dad part sometimes, like, and I always wanted to repay her for everything. So it's like, when I didn't make it, when I didn't get to that point that I wanted to be, I was disappointed, because it's like, damn, I wanted her to be here to see me do this. But I know she watching me from heaven. I know she keeping me pushing every day.
That's real. Bink, how did it make you feel to lose your father to violence?
I ain't gonna lie, I was 2, so I didn't, it didn't start hitting me till, like, I'd say, like, 12. And I'm 13 now, so really 1 year ago. And it kept pushing me, to keep going. Then my mama stepping up, shout out to her. She stepping up, she did what he did, Then she raising 2 kids, doing it by herself. It was just crazy. I couldn't really feel the pain that everybody else was feeling, I was young. But now, like, I think it'd be hurting sometimes. Like, dang, and then,
I feel that. At what point would you say you noticed that you had ambition for music?
I was younger, I'd say, like, 3rd grade. I used to do talent shows, but I used to dance to, like, New Edition, when the New Edition story came out. And I always rapped, though. Like, rap was something that was just, it's surrounded by me. Like, my dad was a rapper. I took that from him, built his legacy up. But music is just me. I can express myself, because I don't really like talking, about stuff. But
we both musically inclined like that.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think we going through something, and then unless you hear a song and you be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell they probably really been through some shit, like, because I really don't, like, confide in people about, like, my feelings and, like, what's going on. But when you listen to a project or something, you might be able to know, like, okay, she releasing.
Do y'all find that therapeutic though in music?
It is. Cause it's
Yeah.
like you ain't
Okay.
holding on to it, you letting it go. It's like talking to a therapist, literally, but you just doing it on the beat.
I think that's what most rappers look into. Like that's what they do. They express themselves. That's the whole point of music.
It's kind of like
Expressing
dance,
yourself, yeah.
like any form of art, like expression, self-expression. So I kind of appreciate the ability to be able to do that. Like it helped me cope.
That's real. It's rare that you able to do that at 13 years old, Bink.
Yeah, no cap.
So how does that make you feel to know that it's a lot of kids watching what you going through and what you putting out to the world and also taking that to themselves and looking to you as motivation?
I feel like I motivate a lot of people. Like I know I do. People text me, like they be like, "Bink." I told one of my friends when I was in 7th grade, I was like, in 6 months, I'm gonna do something that is gonna impact everything. And I did it. He texted me 6 months later. He was like, "Hey, you remember what you said? Yeah, you did it." And now I be like, that's motivation. I know I motivated you, but you motivated me, telling me like I can keep going and I can do it.
That's real. How did you get the name NaeDaPlayer?
NaeDaPlayer came from me just evaluating my life and like what type of person that I am. And I'm always looking out for the collective. I'm always looking out for the team. I'm always thinking of ways where if I do something, how is it gonna affect the team? You know, like if I was to blow up, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a person that people could go to, you know, if they needed somebody. I'm not really closed off. I'm not no pushover person, like don't get it twisted. Like I do have those boundaries, but I made a lot of mistakes caring for the wrong people. So like now I put my focus on the right people, you know, like being there for the ones that's there for me, and we taking off.
That's real. What does the future look like for both of y'all?
I could kind of see myself helping the youth. I could kind of see myself screenwriting in that area.
I feel like my future is just moving everybody out, like especially my mama. That's the #1 priority, taking my mama out the hood. Even though she not in the hood, but the place that we in and the environment that we in is not good for us to be there. So I feel like my future is gonna be, I'm gonna be something like bigger than I say Lil Baby or NBA Youngboy. I know I can reach that level.
That's real. Who are some of the artists y'all want to see yourselves working with?
I'm gonna be honest, I wanna work with the greats and that's it. You know, if it never happened, I'm still gonna be impacted by them. You know, like even if I never got the opportunity to work with them, I'm always gonna let it be known how they inspired me to get where I am. Like 50 Cent, like he's somebody that I wanna work with in the future. Just the journey, like the hustler's ambition, you know, get rich or die trying, cause that's what I'm on. I'm gonna get rich or I'm gonna die trying.
I say Lil Baby, like that right there. That like when I came here before, the whole time we talked about like if I see Lil Baby, like if I see Lil Baby, if I see this person, but Lil Baby, like if I get a song with him or do anything with him, it just make me feel good about myself and feel like I made it, but I didn't make it, but I know if I keep going, I can reach that level that he at.
That's real.
And that's how I feel. Like I kind of like would love to work with Nicki because she's so underrated. You know, like a lot of people might feel like, oh, she don't support the female rappers and stuff, and I feel like my journey in my life, like what I've been through, I've always been like overlooked. Like I don't really get the credit that's due. So I kind of like relate to her a lot. So that's like one of the things that I wanted to touch on, you know, like she's somebody that really motivates me. Like A Moment for Life, Pink Friday, like Save Me, like she know how to touch on all different angles, like love, hood shit. Like I'm all for that. Like I'm real well balanced in it.
That's real. What is the most important thing you feel you want from y'all music careers?
For my message to get out, for people who have been through things that I've been through, to take what I've learned from it and what I've done from it and apply it to their life in a positive way.
I think is saving saving people, like telling people like you can't do that, like motivating them, like being what she is to me, to my little brother that's younger than me, so they don't go down the wrong path and I can lead them to the right path.
And not making those same mistakes.
Making the same mistakes that I did, that, you know.
That's real. Nae, let's talk about the album you put out not too long ago, Player's Life.
The album was inspired by real life events and, you know, things that kind of motivate me. And I kind of based it off like the team, you know, like, so Player Life is really just about being MVP, you know, like being valuable. Like, it don't really matter what position you playing, everybody hold value on the team. Like, you know, you ain't never seen Kobe win a game by himself. He had teammates. Like, he wasn't running up and down the court by himself. All that play a factor. You know, like, why do you think when somebody's down or they get benched, you know, like they team player, they gonna pat them on the back, like, you good. You know, like, they get injured, they hurt themselves, they gotta sit out. So you ain't always gonna be winning in your life. You know, like, you gonna take some L's, but when you get to the top, you gotta do what you gotta do to stay there, for sure.
Real spill. Bink, how did it feel to be one of the only features listed on that project?
It was crazy because I know like who she can work with and her talent, you know, like I know the songs she got. She could have put anybody on there, but she put me on there. And our songs, they just, you know, like when they get out there, it's gonna go crazy for sure.
That's real.
Yeah.
What do y'all feel puts y'all in that creative element once y'all create music?
Probably, like,
I would say like some of our like similar experiences.
yeah.
Like when we come together, it's like it ain't no games being played. Like we know we finna go in here and drop fire. We know we finna go crazy. Like we already know what we gotta do when we put the project together, when we put the video together. Like he ready to put the drip on. Like he already got the bars. I ain't gotta tell him too much. Like he gonna do his thing. So it's definitely worth it.
That's real. Nae, how did it make you feel once you found out Kobe Bryant passed away on your birthday?
When I found out he passed on my birthday, like, real shit, I was going to the graveyard because I was finna visit my mom. And when I had looked on my phone, I had like seen like Kobe everywhere. And it was just like, I was having a hard day that day, like for whatever reason, like, cause I don't never just, I never woke up and like went to the graveyard on my birthday. Like it was just like some told me to go there. So I'm visiting her and you know, we pulling through and I'm playing Meek Mill Championships, you know, the intro. And it was just, when I synced his face, like, and the song was playing, like, it was just like, you know what you gotta do. You already know who you is. Like, you a champion. Like, you was a born legend. Like, you just gotta go crazy and you gotta make everything count. So I feel like when he passed on my birthday, it was a confirmation that I was legendary, for sure.
That's real. Bink, talk about Who Am I?
Who Am I was my, like, okay. When let's say, before I dropped that, I was off BandLab. I made songs off BandLab. I still do, I won't even lie to you. I made songs straight off BandLab. Who Am I had, like, I would say like 3 songs that I first recorded in the studio. It was just stuff that I was just throwing on there. But, like, I'm backing out, I remember them 2 songs, like, if you listen to those, you will understand. Like, it was just crazy, and I seen how it was going, it was blowing up. I was just checking the streams and stuff, and I was like, dang, bro. Like, I gotta keep grinding, because I see this is my first project, like my first ever project. I'm just like, all right.
That's real.
Yeah.
So let's talk about y'all official theme song.
Official, I kind of like came up with it because, you know, I had changed my Instagram name to NaeDaPlayer Official. And I just feel like I'm the real deal. Like, I'm just a bomb-ass person. So I feel like it was only right I titled it Official and put Binky on there because he was going to go crazy.
Hey.
But I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the songs that I feel like people would like the most off the album.
That's like that's a next level song. I feel like I can see somebody
That's like my best collaboration.
Yeah, I feel like I can see Baby on there.
Yeah, like
Spin 16, 8.
The beat, everything, like it was just, it's going with what's going on right now. You know, like TikTok, all of that, like it just fell in line.
That's real.
Yeah.
What would y'all say is next for y'all in y'all careers?
I'm thinking about putting out a project, kind of like at the end of the summer, but I don't want to say too much about what I'm gonna do on it, but I'm definitely got some fire coming next. Cause my album, it came out on Christmas, but I wanted to give that some time to build up a little bit before I put out a next project, so.
I feel like it's
quality over quantity.
Yeah. It's gonna be my big break soon. I feel it. It sounds like it was some DMs I've been getting. Like, you know, I got big interviews. Like this one coming up. You know, it just be like, I know what time it is. Like I can see it's not I can see the future, but I can see what's coming ahead. I know it's time to catch a dub.
Real spill.
Yeah.
What else y'all working on besides music?
I'm kind of working on some little projects, like some little short films, like real life shit, like everyday shit, like just starting to film my life, like vlogging and starting to get the whip of the camera, you know, like I do have my own camera, but I just haven't like mastered how to use it yet, but I do want to get some of that, like some real life footage.
YouTube, that and acting.
Yeah.
Cause I know I can grind, you know. I got the work ethic to do it. I just don't be having time, cause anybody like I know, you can ask them, I'll put my focus on music. Like I have my headphones and my teacher will take them. Like music,
he in school.
Yeah.
But I know in the summer while he got all his free time, he gonna be grinding like all that time.
But I don't be really having time to do that.
And I still work. Like I work for the post office, so like my days be gone and I be having to just make the best out of whatever time I got. That's why when I do get that big break, like I'm gonna probably put a lot more effort into it because I'm gonna have more time to do it.
Oh, I know it's gonna happen. Mark my words.
Real spill.
So y'all gonna be seeing us, so get used to us.
Nah, for sure.
For sure.
NaeThePlayer official.
Yeah.
Tbe Bink.
You know.
We appreciate having y'all on the porch with us today, man.
We appreciate being here. Thank you for having us.
Your next move, make it the best move. I slide through, it's a power move.